here with Christine Mytko, middle school science and technology teacher at an independent school in Berkeley, California. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks, good to be here.
To start off, can you explain Curriki to me in a couple of sentences?
Well, Curriki is kind of an online repository of resources, as well as a community for teachers to get together and collaborate and share ideas. I think it's a great opportunity that we often do not have in a regular classroom setting where we teach behind closed doors between 8:30 and 3 p.m. Another thing about Curriki is you can connect with teachers from all over the country as well as all over the world, and it kind of releases you from the perspective of your school, your district, your region, your bias from the area in which you teach.
How do you use Curriki in your teaching?
A few years ago I started a new position as a K-5 science specialist, and this is an area I had not previously taught. And Curriki really helped me to locate some high-quality resources to get me started. Curriki also served as a place that I could put the new lessons that I developed, and it helped keep me organized as I developed my own curriculum.
What are your top 5 Curriki resources? Can you tell me why?
First of all, I really like the BOCES collections from New York State. Again, these are K-5 science resources. The curriculum is beautifully organized, the materials lists are clear, the background information is beautiful, and I've used many of those in my K-5 teaching. Moving on to middle school, another resource I've used is a digital manipulation in the media. And this was created by a gentleman who wanted to show his students at the high school level how technology changes media in such a way that it feeds it back to us as reality. And I've used this resource in my middle school advisories, and it has inspired amazing conversations, especially among young girls with their body image concerns and things like that. And when they see this collection of resources and websites and photo manipulations that have been put together, I think it really changes their view on what they see as reality. Another one of my favorite resources is Microfinance for Kids. It features the text One Hen, and not only do we hatch chickens in our 2nd grade class, which is kind of amazing, but it also helps introduce the idea of microloans, as well as doing well for others. I've built on that myself, and I do a little bit with kiva.org, and some of my families get involved with that, which is great. I was also first introduced to Scratch through Curriki. That's a program developed by MIT for students in grades 4 through 8 to learn computer programming concepts. I do teach technology. I have limited experience with computer programming myself, and I found a lesson developed by another teacher that they've already used and tested in their classroom. I've used it the last couple of years with great success. Since then, I've been able to build on that with a group from UC Berkeley. They do an open source program called Build Your Own Blocks, which builds on Scratch. And one of my goals is to actually go back and add to that collection that I first learned about Scratch and add what I've learned from UC Berkeley so that other teachers can benefit from that. Again, it's that kind of collaboration on Curriki that I wouldn't necessarily find in my own school building, but I can find in this online community.
Why do you share your content resources, and what's in it for you?
I have to admit, in the beginning, it's really scary. When I first loaded my resources, I marked them as protected because I wasn't really comfortable with the open source idea. I didn't understand why I should put my work for free up on Curriki. But in the years I've been using it, I've really started to see the value. In addition, it really helps organize me, because if you've ever seen a teacher's desk, it's not always the most organized place, and then Curriki keeps that organized for me.
So why should a teacher become a member of Curriki? How would they benefit from it?
Well, of course, as teachers, we're always looking for new and better ways to teach our students. And right there is the most important reason to join Curriki, because you will see new and improved ideas. Secondly, as a teacher, joining Curriki gives you access to a community that you might otherwise not have exposure to in your own school. And third, It really provides you a space to organize and share your curriculum, which I think is beneficial to me as a teacher, but I also know will benefit teachers across the country.
So what does a 21st century educator look like?
A 21st century educator is going to be more of a facilitator and less of a sage on the stage. And I think that's a really hard thing for teachers because we're used to being the fount of knowledge in our own classroom. But really, the fount of knowledge lies outside our classroom at this point, and we need to help our kids navigate through that world. Educators need to help kids sort through information, see what's important, have them remix that information into something that's useful for them. And the scary part is teachers have to give up a little bit of their ego to do that.
What advice do you have for teachers that are just getting started using Curriki?
In talking with people at Curriki at conferences, I heard a really great piece of advice, and someone told me to give one, take one. The easiest thing as a teacher is to really jump on the site and find resources that are immediately useful in your own classroom. But then we should also give some of our best stuff back to Curriki, because if each of us are giving back some of our best stuff, we're going to really create a rockstar repository.